Stopping recording. Recording stopped. Close this out. Move this down. Move this over. So it's now 9:17 p.m. Monday, February 15th. I am Steven Berger. It's 1 hour and 1 minute later than we started. So, here we go. Record. 3, 2, 1.
So to continue on, we're right in the middle of reading this purge affidavit. Plaintiff is mentally unstable. He has a very bad temper. I have witnessed him scream in the face of honor when he was 4 months old. That's funny because you did that. That was you. Because he didn't want to stay in his crib, and that's the only place you ever wanted him to be. And the day that I pulled him out of his crib, October 28, 2017, you left 2 days later. From the 28th of October, when I pulled him out of his crib and said he's never going in there again, he's with me now. In a matter of 2 days, the 28th and 29th, you left on the 31st at 5:30 in the morning. In a matter of 72 hours of me saying that he's no longer going to be in his crib, he's going to be beside me, you left. That was the first time. Both of the children appear to be afraid of the plaintiff, and the plaintiff frequently calls the children names just as little mother effers. Those are your words. Those are your 3 favorite words from your 6 hours south West Virginia mouth. Those are your words. Those are your 3 words. You're literally attacking me with your negligence. So that in my defense of bringing it up, no, that's you, that you already attacked me with your thing, so I can't even apply you to you. What the difference between me and you is, I have attachments. I have documented video evidence. I have proof that beyond any shadow of any doubt for any reasonable person to listen to who is non-biased, non-prejudiced, non-egregious, clearly proves that you are lying. I have you admitting on videotape that's been published public on YouTube for a year or 2, depending on which channel. One channel is 1 year old, the other channel is 2 years old. In a matter of a month or 2, it's going to be 3 years old and 2 years old, because I published it in February and the other one in June, but it was after that you left. You are on video admitting that I never kicked you out any of the 3 times. You're lying. You purged this affidavit. Plaintiff has been physically violent with me. You are the only person that ever laid their hands on either one of us. You punched me in the jaw in the kitchen. And that was after you hit Freedom in the back. My daughter leaned back one time and accidentally hit her donor in the mouth and loosened her tooth. And instantly, she hit her on the back. She was laying down like this, and my daughter was in front and leaned back and hit her mouth as she leaned back. And the first thing was my daughter got smacked in the back. She got hit in the back by this woman, you know you hit her. And I also have text messages of you admitting to that. I have screenshots of text messages. You admitting to that. You struck her. You struck Freedom. And I have it as evidence. Any reasonable person that will see that would definitely know that you are the lying, deceiving, manipulative person who has purged this affidavit in an attempt to purposely deceive the Ohio courts, specifically in a time of CV-19. That is dangerous. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that for my children, too. He has whipped me with a belt in the past. Okay. It's not really funny, but let me tell you something. Anybody that knows me, it's 2021, anybody that knows me knows that I have only had a specific kind of relationship since 2004. I have never had a so-called regular boyfriend-girlfriend relationship once, not once, since 2004. I have only had highly adult content relationships in the sense of women that are masochists, basically. These women that I have been with since 2004 have been masochists. They receive pleasure from pain, and they not only request for me to spank them, whoop them, do these things, but they beg. They literally beg. And if I don't, they pout and they cry and they whine like brats, like until you do, because like that's really what they want. Now this isn't what I always want to do. You think I want to, you know what I mean, constantly spank and constantly paddle and constantly whap and whoop and, you know, a 36-year-old woman's butt? You know what I mean? Which is the whole point. It's like that she wants it, like the attention. You understand? She wants the attention. And so that's something that I've done in my adult sexual life and sexual manners since 2004, which, you know, when she was here in the middle of it, she didn't have any problem, you know, complaining about it. She only complained when she wasn't getting the attention that she thought her butt deserved. He also has spanks freedom. He does not hold back when he's hitting her. Well, there's a difference between hitting and spanking. You see, spanking is what I do to my kids when they do something wrong. Hitting is what you did when she accidentally bucked you in the mouth when she bipped you when she leaned back. And I have it documented that you, and through text message, that event happened. See, we've all had events to us happen to us. We've all had life happen to us. We all have a story, okay? But I'm just saying, you can't define me from an event that happened to me 12 years ago. You can't define me from an event that happened to me 9 years ago. You can't define me by those things of events that happened to me. You understand? Seven minutes. Let's read on number 7 of 13. Plaintiff does not care of the medical and dental needs of the minor children. Well, that's what this big stack of 7 years of paperwork. You see where it says Akron Children's Hospital? Yeah, okay. That's where I took them to get their teeth fixed after you abandoned them for the 3rd time. I begged you to stay here just to their appointments before you left, and you said you couldn't handle it. You could not handle dealing with him 24 hours a day. You could not handle being an MOM for 24 hours a day. You left them a month before their surgeries. Their surgeries was in February, on like the 17th, 18th, 18th, 19th. You left on the 19th of January.
So again, quickly making a very quick mistake. Their dentist appointments was not in February, it was January. And she did not leave in January that time, she left in December. And so it wasn't 2019, it was 2018. She was never, ever, ever here at all, once at all, ever in 2019, nor 2020, nor as in now 2021. But in 2019, in January of 2019, January 18th and January 19th of 2019 was Freedom's appointment on the 18th of January, Honor's appointment on the 19th of January, 2019. So when she left, December 18th, 2018, it was the 3rd time, but she left a month before their appointments that she specifically was supposed to be here to help me do. And she dipped out and abandoned them for the 3rd time instead of being any part of any of it.
Yeah, their surgeries.
I took them to get them fixed myself. She had no part in it.
It was February, and you left in January. Or no, it was in January, and you left in December. Either way, their surgeries, I took them to. You dipped out. Freedom had been to the dentist and her top teeth had rotted out. Yes, they had. And they also said that they could tell that it's not something that happened within 6 months because they're professional dentists. And they said that what had happened was the outcome of 2.5 to 3.5 years of Kool-Aid. That's what they said. That is what partially is written in these reports and documents of all of this stuff of what I'm saying. And when she left here the first time, October 31st, 2017, I took both of them to be evaluated by the doctor. My son was 2.5. They said mentally he was 1. He was 18 months behind his age. He was 2.5 years old, but in his mind he was 1. He was 18 months behind. Now I, myself, have healed him and taught him and raised him and trained him. And anybody that knows him tells you he's a genius. Anybody that knows him, my honorable, they'll tell you he's a genius. Well, he has to get it. He gets it from somewhere. Okay, so plaintiff has told me that he will not take her to the dentist because the dentist puts in mind control chips into people's mouths. Okay, so first of all, if they was having teeth extracted, has nothing to do with any implants. So that wouldn't apply. Second of all, you're taking what I told you and stretching the truth to make me look crazy and weird. What I said was that companies put RFID chips in all of their products. And so since you got buy a pair of Levi jeans, there's an RFID chip in your Levi jeans. That's so they can track their product and see how far into the earth that it goes. Where all does the product go? And so I just said in dental insertions that they put RFID chips in to see where the product went. But it's a little bit different than jeans because you can take those off as to where that would stay in your mouth. Now that wouldn't apply to a kid who's not getting an implant. And I never said it in the sense of what you're describing of what I said. I never said it like that. Plaintiff only took Freedom to the dentist because she was going to start school. That's not true. That's so totally not true. I took her to the dentist. So these appointments, so you left in December, the appointments was in January. But before you...
Okay, so school started in August of 2019. That's when school started. The first time I took Freedom to the dentist was all the way in December of 2018. So that's 9 months difference and has nothing to do with school.
You even came back in December. From the time that you left in October and I was doing what I was doing with fixing my children, I had already taken her to the dentist twice. And it's documented. in this pile of paperwork that I've been collecting for almost 7 years now. So, that's what I'm saying. If I'm only summoned to court, if I'm summoned and forced and controlled to be here by the attorney that filed this paperwork egregiously and the purged affidavit from this defendant, this is what summons me here, is this affidavit, then the first thing to address is this affidavit. Is it true? Is it not true? If you want to investigate me and see if these lies are true, that's what I'm saying. There's zero evidence, there's zero proof, but what I'm saying is, I agree. The first thing that needs to be investigated is this purged, signed affidavit. Not in the manner of, let's see if these lies are true or not, in the manner of that these lies are lies. And that without this piece of paper summons me to this courtroom, this case doesn't exist without this purged affidavit. So, is this purged affidavit legitimately perjury? Did it change the course of the outcome of the case? Yes, because without the purged affidavit, the case doesn't even exist. So, it's my verbal request to address the court. I'm addressing the court, requesting a verbal motion to dismiss this entire case with prejudice. And I want a 5-year civil protection order for me and my 2 children's names against this woman has been harassing me and badgering me through the court system, which is dangerous, that I am afraid of. I'm in fear of my life and the lives of my children and the safety and well-being of my children and myself. I want a 5-year civil protection order filed. And lastly, but not least, I want this woman charged and arrested and convicted and serving time for this purged affidavit that was purged 3 times, filed twice, and I documented and showed all of you publicly once. Right now. If this was me, I would be charged, arrested, convicted, and sentenced. This is my request to defend my children. This is a very serious matter. This is my request to the courts. My plea to the courts, as I address the courts, is that you charge this woman, arrest her, convict her, and serve her. It's a felony 3. Minimum of 12 months, mandatory in prison, Ohio state law. If I had purged myself on an affidavit, that's what would be happening to me. I demand justice be done for my children and that she serves time behind bars. So coming up short here, the next video is going to be much shorter. I'm just going to cut this off now and start the next one and try to get through the rest of this list of 13. So I'm actually in the middle of number 7 right now. And I'm going to stop and restart right now.
Okay, so that video is done, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to stop this video and then restart it, and then I'm going to stop this video recording and then restart it, and then we'll be live on both phones, A and B, and then I'll hit play and we'll continue on video number 4 of 11. Stopping now.